Alfa's scorching Giulia quadrifoglio has already impressed, but if the new saloon is going to drag the brand firmly into the D-segment limelight rivaling Audi, BMW, Mercedes-Benz and Jaguar's offerings, then the more conventional versions will have to perform similarly well. You don't need to spot that evocative badge to realize this is a car with Italian flair. The neat integration of features at both ends, headlights, tail lamps, exhaust, make for a cohesive design. That round layout classes everything of a similar size in the company car park. It isn't just thanks to cleverly judged steering weight, either. It's partly down to new front suspension design that tapes a double wishbone configuration, but with a virtual lower wishbone that comprises a pair of rods. These work to optimize the tire's contact patch, keeping it close to perfect, improving feel, grip and feedback. It's pin sharp and so responsive that it feels like the car's guessing what you're going to ask from it. We urge you to switch Alfa's rotary DNA dial to dynamic, however, because with the lighter weighting in default normal setting, the responses can feel a little erratic. The extra weighting of D mode feels like it's the best setting. Alfa's saloon is a neatly balanced car and it has a relatively low center of gravity. The Giulia doesn't roll around much when pressing on through corners, as a result, and its lightweight architecture means it changes direction very swiftly indeed. Let's not forget its rear-wheel drive, either. You can't totally disengage the traction control on non-quadrifoglio versions, however, but despite this it dynamically still up there with the best in the class. Said DNA control also affects throttle mapping and how long the gearbox hangs onto each ratio, so if you do dial it up, expect penalties in comfort and fuel economy. Clearly the Italians do. Enough that they've built an all-new aluminium diesel engine for this platform. Like the ingenium in this 2.1-liter diesel isn't the last word in refinement, especially when cold. It's vocal in the Giulia, and not in a nice way. Its spread of torque is wide thanks to the variable geometry turbo, but despite a balancer shaft to smooth out some of the rumblings, it's still louder and rougher than we expected a modern engine to be. Thing is, there's a 2.0-liter petrol coming and this is a far nicer engine to drive than the diesel. In our minds that's the best pick in the range if you've crossed the 503 bhp Super Saloon off your wish list. Its rev-happy nature and crisp throttle response felt better matched to the Giulia's lively handling. There are bits we really like about the Alfa Romeo Giulia, and bits we don't. It isn't as much of a complete package in the way its rivals are, but in a few crucial aspects for those who love cars and driving, it's at the top of its class.